Hey guys, what's up? It's Johnny, and well, you can hear some music in the background. Hope I don't get copyright stricken for it. But, yeah, there's a reason I'm playing it. So, I'm already talked about my first ever Psychopathic Records concert when I went with my friend Kimmy and my former friend Kelly to New York City to BB King's to go see Twisted. And that was my first ever Psychopathic Records concert. This video, as you saw by the title, is my first ever ICP concert. So, what happened? So, one of my boys who I worked with, he's another juggalo. He knew how much I loved ICP. He knew how ICP saved my life. This was back in 2009. It was, in this case, it was still November. And, you know, my birthday was the following month in December. So, what he decided to do was, for my birthday, ICP was having the tour for their newest album, the first Joker card of the second deck, which was Bang Pow Boom, which I personally love the Bang Pow Boom album. So, you know, he knew I have never gotten to see ICP in concert at that point. Since then now, including that concert, I've seen them 3 times in concert. I've seen them this time that I'm talking about. I saw them at Bamboozle, where I went as a chaperone to my brother. Maybe I can get him in a video, and, you know, we can talk about how I used to chaperone him to stuff. Y'all will get a good laugh out of that. So, and then I saw them again. I went to the American Psycho tour in New York City at the Starland Ballroom, where I got to meet Violent J, Shaggy, Twisted, Blaze Ya Dead Homie, and, you know, had a lot of fun with that. But anyway, so for this, my boy knew I hadn't seen ICP yet in concert. Like I said, he knows I saw Twisted, but doesn't know, you know, knows I haven't seen the big boys yet. I haven't seen ICP. So he decided to change that. He went and he bought tickets for him and me. Now, where were they performing? Well, this one just happened to be December 4th. So a little bit before my birthday. And like I said, these were a birthday present from him to me. We went to Sayreville, New Jersey at the Starland Ballroom. And this was my first exposure to an ICP concert. Now, the same thing happened at the Twisted concert. You know, when we got there, it was great. I had juggalettes coming up to me who I never met before, giving me hugs, giving me kisses on the cheek. I had guys who I never met before giving me daps. You know, calling me family, calling me brother. You know, I had actual moms who were there, who brought their kids, you know, to bring the kids into the juggalo culture, calling me their son. You know, that's why I always say we're a family. And, you know, I stick to that. Unlike what the FBI thinks, we are not a gang. We are a family. But yeah, so there was all that, you know, Faygo flowing all over the place, which was great. You know, I still say to this day, I love Faygo. Honestly, if I can ever get it again, I'll drink Faygo over Coke, Pepsi, even C&C Cola, which is made right here in Jersey, right over in Cranford. You know, I'll drink Faygo over that. But anyway, so it was awesome. You know, we went in, we got in, and of course, My friend Paige will be happy. Blase Rose is up. So, yeah, you know, we went in, and, you know, it was packed in Starland. If you've ever been there, it's a smaller venue, and it was packed with juggalos. You know, of course, there were people there for some of the opening acts. I forget the opening acts right now, but, you know, they performed, everything like that, and then it was time for ICP. Everybody knew it. The chants of family, just going, family, family. The whoop whoops. Just everything, you know. And then it happened. ICP came out on stage for Bang Pow Boom. The concert started. Everything. Of course, when I heard Homies play, you know, it got to me. Because again, if you go back to my Juggalo story, that's the song that saved my life. And, you know, eventually, when I did get to meet Violent J and I told him that, you know, he was touched. But yeah, it was awesome. I still remember too, I was wearing my not my JCW jersey, I didn't have that yet. I was wearing my Hatchet Man for President shirt with a pair of camo pants. Great, friggin' ad. Skip. Anyway, my camo pants, my boots, and I just remember my shirt and my pants being absolutely soaked with Faygo from the concert. Because for those of you who don't know, ICP is known for spraying the crowd with Faygo during the show. They even have the sub-characters come out at certain points called Faygo Break, where I still love it. Faygo, 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 who wants Faygo? I do. Faygo, 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 who wants Faygo? I do. And then they do a countdown, and then they throw buckets of Faygo onto the crowd. They spray them with hoses with Faygo, and it was just so awesome. I remember the ride home, he had to give me a towel to sit on, and the entire ride from Sayreville back to Scotch Plains, I was literally shirtless, cold and shirtless, because again, it was December, so it was freezing. And again, if you know Starland Ballroom, the parking was across the street that we had. So we had to go out of the venue and cross the street, and I was soaked with Faygo. But it was worth it. It was worth it. So yeah, I just wanted to post this story, and you know, some of you guys may be wondering why I'm posting them around this time. Very simple. Juggalo Weekend is coming up. And this was my way of starting to celebrate Juggalo Weekend, was by this. I do have a Juggalo karaoke coming out that I did. But yeah, you know, it's just a lot of fun. I love being a Juggalo. I really, really do. And, you know, I wouldn't give it up for the world. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, hell, I've got it tattooed on me. I have Hatchet Man on my arm. You know, that says something right there. I have Hatchet Man on my arm. It's part of me for life. So, again, I'm going to end this the best way possible as a Juggalo. Much motherfucking wicked clown love to all you Juggalos, Juggalettes, ninjas, ninjettes. Remember, we're family. We all look out for each other. Whoop, whoop. Love y'all. Peace.